Ed Ogeron took the podium. He, of course, did so as the Ole Miss head coach 10 years ago, and now he shows up with probably a much better and more stable and more talented football program. But he said all the right things about how tremendous the talent is, and the recruiting season and everything worked well. But there was so much stated about Alabama being the target, and he can't ignore the rest of the SEC Western Division. But Alabama is the benchmark, and something Ogeron's going to have to live with during his tenure there.
Well, I was interested in what he had to say about his offense, and he brings in Matt Canada from Pittsburgh to be his offensive coordinator. He says that they did have a quarterback competition in the spring and that Danny Etling was the winner of that. But he says, look, it's still a wide open competition. And I think the guy to watch in this scenario is Miles Brennan, a four-star quarterback out of Mississippi who comes in, and they're going to give him an opportunity to win the job. And Miles Brennan, you know, I think the question is how quickly does Ed Orgeron feel he needs to win off the bat? Because if he is willing to give Miles Brennan a chance, that could be a guy that they, just like we saw with Ole Miss with Shea Patterson, South Carolina with Jacob Bentley, Georgia with Jacob Eason last year, they might be willing to give Miles Brennan a little bit more leeway to step in and be the quarterback that Matt Canada wants. We know they have Darius Geis. We know that they have DJ Chuck Chalk there to throw to. They've got weapons. They need a quarterback. And Danny Etling last year, 59% completion percentage, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. That's a shaky position to them. And while Orgeron did admit today, hey, look, he's the starting quarterback. He won the spring battle. I feel like it's far from over in terms of LSU naming a starting quarterback. And they play BYU right off the bat there in Houston.
Coach O talking about his situation at LSU versus what he experienced at USC and at Ole Miss, and saying that he's learned how to be a head coach during his next couple stays, talking to guys like Pete Carroll and understanding that he needs to respect his coaches, needs to treat his players like sons. That was an interesting comment out of Coach O.